everybody. Welcome. We this is our annual membership meeting. I really appreciate everyone being here. I'm Holly Wagner. If you don't know who I am, I'm giving it just a minute, just one more minute. I should have texted Sav and Alejandra to let them know because they're downstairs. But in case some people come in late, we'll let them stay down there for a few minutes. This is our annual meeting for members, and thank you very much for being members. I am the president of the board. This is my first full year, because I was elected last February as president of the board. I am a local, been in McMinnville for over 17 years, and I love this organization. This will be my seventh year on the board. And I just looked it up, and we are 35 years old this June. 35 years old. That's pretty impressive that this organization has been running that long. And it's because of the dedication of this community that has brought that. And you'll get to see as we go through our presentations. So it is now, I believe, 6:30. And Britt, as our secretary, I'm just calling the meeting to order. All right. This is our agenda. Can everyone see the slides? Is it seeable? I can see yes from the back. If these will be posted online, so you'll be able to see them after the fact. We will have them on our website. So we've called to order already. We're going to do some quick introductions. We're going to talk a little bit about new business, which is specifically related to the voting. And for the 4 slots. And we're going to be closing the election at 6:45 so that at the end of our meeting, we will be able to tally up and give the results. I will tell you right now, thank you for all of you who voted, because we actually have beat our quorum quite a bit. We've got, I think we're like at 32% of our, and we only needed 20. So, or maybe we're even higher. But anyway, so we will go through our annual report, which will include all of our program reports. So all our programs will come up and speak to each of their, the work that they've been doing, as well as then we'll do the election results. So first, I'd like to ask that the board stand up. We have a few that are missing. 2 of them are have colds. So I'm just going to let each of you just sort of say your name. Oh.
Michael Cooper.
Lisa Fitzpatrick. Joan Steiner.
Britt
Block.
David Bernstein.
Oh, Kyle.
It's okay.
Okay. And then there's Kyle, who's behind the camera. I'm like, we're missing someone. Nina and Beth Castor are not able to attend today. We also have the wonderful Linfield University interns who have been so great to have this year on our team. They come to every board meeting. They've been very, very much active and participants in helping us do certain things. But they're downstairs right now and they're watching the door. So really appreciate that. Their internship will be in May. And hopefully we will bring in new interns, or maybe one of them will want to join the board. So then I will move on to board nominations. Our board nominees are Beth Castor for position 2. This will be her 2nd term. We also have position 8 for Kyle. I think this will be your 3rd term, right, Kyle? David, I think you're going into 3rd term. Right. So, okay. Something like that. Yeah. And then Britt, you've been here for a full term and you're going into your 2nd term. That's awesome. And then I'd also like to do a call for nomination from the floor. Anybody have any? Just going once, going twice, 3 times. Sold. Okay. So voting will be closed at 6:45. As I said, we mostly have a quorum already. And thank you for voting as you came in if you did. So First, we're going to jump into the president's board and the president's report. And what I want to make sure, there's a lot of things on the screen here. Kyle, you're welcome to, Kate, you're welcome to come in and find the seat.
Okay.
Well, we just got started, so.
I'm fine standing.
Okay, that's cool. I mean, this is a very cozy little room, right?
Yeah.
So it's family. There's a lot of things on here and it's small text, but I want to point out some very specific things around the board. First off, we are continually doing recruitment. We have 13 seats on the board and we maintain on an average somewhere about 9 to 10. People ebb and flow. So we bring people on, it gets complicated, life gets hard. People they leave the board and they still stay engaged. Like Courtney, she gave service for 5 years, 6 years, something like that. And Courtney is still of service. She just is not sitting on the board anymore. So if you feel the spirit and want to help, we are a working board and a volunteer board. And so if you feel the spirit, we only apply things to you that you have passion for. So no one is forced to do anything. But anyway, it ebbs and flows. So it's a constant throughout the year is recruitment. But one thing that we did was we created a new board onboarding process. So the moment that someone comes onto the board, they automatically have access and they understand how we run and how we function. And we've been doing a lot of work towards our policies and processes, but also what's the heart of AAYC and how does that work and how do we function and how do they quickly move into committees to help with the education program as an example, or with finance or whatever the different things are we have on our board. So that leads to the institutional knowledge and continually updating all of the different guides and legal and governance and continuing for financial strength and sustainability. And then community engagement has been a really big focus for me this year. That's why we brought in Linfield interns. That was really important for me to do that. I want to go for George Fox, maybe PCC. We'll see how that works out. But be able to bring in more students because we need to continually be renewing the interest in art through all of the generational communities that we have in our county. And continuing to expand our partnerships with community businesses, and we'll talk a little bit more about that later. On the digital growth, if you don't already know on our website, we have a community hub, and we're going to keep pushing that forward in the future of expanding our website engagement, having a calendar, a community calendar where anyone can post information. Like if the cafe on the street has an artist who's going to be doing an acoustic guitar and playing in their cafe, that cafe should be able to post that to our calendar and be able to get the word out. If Mary Jo is going to be showing at some restaurant in, I'll use Lafayette, at Restaurant Lafayette, and she's going to be there to talk about her art, there's no reason in the world why we shouldn't have a centralized location where she could post her event, that she's going to be doing that, so that we can get our community continually engaged in the art and get the word out there and not just have it be piecemealed all over the place. We also have done artist spotlights. There's artist opportunities if you're looking for grants. I try to pull in all that information as well as community calls for artists. So that's on the website as well. And so you can go right to our AAYC website and you can get all of this information. And then, of course, we have done stuff related to our programs and community impact with Recology and our air partnership, which was totally successful. Everyone loved it. James was amazing in helping to tie it into the Art Harvest Studio Tour and just continually growing it. And the applications are open now. There's a QR code at the front desk. So if you want, and we'll talk more about that later. Also Henderson House, helping to support. So these are things that we did last year. And then Artworks, we were developing with artworks. We were bringing them into the fold, which completed in 2026, and we'll talk more about that later. So I'm going to jump. That was it. We had a very busy year, and we're going to have a very busy future for this year, and I'll be back to tell you more about that. David? David's going to give you the money. Talk about money. Oh, I realized here I do have a thing here for you. There you go.
Wrong direction. Correct direction.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, I want to go through this line by line
Oh.
real quick. Actually, so we're doing really well. We're basically about the same amount of money we had the year before. So we are spending the money on the programs and it's working out really nicely. One thing that's actually new in this report, can everyone hear me by the way? Good. One thing that's new in this report that we have not had in previous years is we're now having a lot more donor restricted funds. In the past, we tried to not do this, but you know, we have programs that are raising money and want to make sure that they actually have that money to spend. Okay. Budgets, we have to do them. Overall, kind of look at the overall numbers for the actual for last year. We come up about even. We have a little low right now in art harvest. I'll get into that in the next slide. We're super high this year in terroir, which is interesting because looking at year-to-year actuals, the last year kind of brought up that terroir was a little bit down. They are also working on a fiscal year, not a calendar year, and some monies. Last year, I've been doing the treasure work now for about a year and a half, and last year we definitely had a switch over where it was kind of hard to track some funds. We had to kind of catch up on that, and we also had some stuff that was coming in at various months, maybe a couple months later than we expected, and for that reason. Last year, Chihuahua seemed like they were actually pretty low. This year, they seem like they're pretty high. They evened out. Our harvest, which again, they'll get into it, and some of the amazing things they're doing with the book sales for the 30th anniversary. We'll talk about that. But in 2024, they were just smoking it. This last year was a little harder. Next year will be better. Okay. So I kind of mentioned this, but we've done a separation now of the treasurer and the bookkeeper. That in the past was a dual role. Number one, I'm not competent to be the bookkeeper, so let's just be really clear about that. But I am competent to actually track the funds and make sure that everything's being appropriated responsibly. We also, based on the conversation I had last year with Phil, who's in the room, put a little more money into our CDs. So we actually have money that's working for us to actually help us spend more money on good programs moving forward. I think Holly just kind of talked about some of the things we're supporting more of, including like Henderson House. We'll get more into artworks. We also, you know, try to support lots of things. We do like the Lavender Fest. We do a lot of things in the community. So we actually, as we've been going on, we've been doing this. We also, probably worth pointing out, the previous board and this board, most people on this board right now, did a lot of work with fiscal sponsorship. And we are able now, because of that, to bring on other programs. And lastly, I think Holly's going to talk about this later, some capital investments we're doing in terms of improving our software so we can be more efficient moving forward. We had this slide last year. I think it's a really important slide, actually. Our administrative costs are really low. Our insurance and professional financial oversight's a little bit higher, but this is actually what we're doing to pay for the insurance that's being used by all programs. This is for our bookkeeping. This is for our software. So I think overall we're doing really well. We have a lot of hours. I will point out, I think a lot of those hours probably belong to myself, but even more so by quite a bit to Holly, who has put in a ton of hours this year. But we have a fair market value of $30,000 on the board. And anyways, like I said, I think we're doing really well. And unfortunately, you guys are going to hear from me one more time about board programs. So we will move on to the board reports.
I just want to say specifically, David, thank you for all of your hard work. It has not been easy. Lots of people, it's been stressful to make that transition from a volunteer role to a financial oversight, which is very important as we grow for the future. And we can see that we're growing. So, and we're building for the future, and what you're doing is laying that groundwork. So I just wanted to make that really clear. Kate, do you want to come up here? I think, oh, no, not yet. Sorry. Okay, great. Organizational structure. So for those who don't really sometimes it gets confusing for people in understanding what AAYC actually does. And when we talk about fiscal responsibility, et cetera, please keep in mind that we have very specific board-funded managed programs like our Teachers Art Grants, the Marge Johansson High School Scholarship, and then the Recology AAYC Artist in Residency. This is basically, between Recology, it's a partnership with Recology, but it is still a board-managed program. Then we also have the board financials, partnerships and sponsorships of we make the locals block happen for the McMinnville Short Film Festival. And by the way, if you guys don't know, it's next weekend. So please know what? This week. This coming weekend. That's what I mean. I'm sorry. Thank you. You said it better than me. No. It's this weekend. No what?
It's on, they moved it. It's Thursday at 5:30 this week.
Right. Okay.
This
Thursday at 5:30 is the locals block?
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh,
we're
okay.
like one of the first things that starts the festival.
Okay. Well, there you go. So to my point, and to say it better, starting 5:30 on Thursday, the McMinnville Short Film Festival is actually running. And it'll go all through the weekend. So please make sure to go there. We also, and I just found this out recently, but the Arts Alliance of Yamhill County actually started the Plain Out, Plain Air a long time ago, and then it moved into the Lavender Festival as part of the program. And we helped to fund the Plain Out, Plain Air portion of the Lavender Festival piece. As well as we support MCM TV. And just so that you know, A Writer's Life, Arts Alive TV, it's open to any AAYC member. So if you pay as an individual for that $35 membership and you have a TV idea, you can work with Kyle or somebody else and actually have your own TV show. You could actually run your own TV show on cable TV. There are guidelines, of course, that you have to do, but you'll talk to Kyle and he'll tell you what they are. But also Kyle will go out and he'll film, or someone from his team will go out and could film for you. So it's something that they really care about the community. And so it's very important. So we help to support that as well. And then one of our new programs for 2025 is the Henderson House, A Window Between Worlds. We gave $1,000 funding to them to help support the children's program that they're doing. And it basically is using art to heal trauma. And it's a really amazing program, and it's really fantastic what they're doing. If I didn't say really enough, I'm explaining. Those are, and then of course you have these, did not forget that, okay. These wonderful programs. But what's new in 2026 is Artworks, and you'll be hearing about that from Phil. He'll be giving you an update on that program. And then, of course, our partnerships. When I look back at 2025, or 2025's presentation for 2024, our partnership is continually expanding. Our footprint of support, both from us supporting our community and our community supporting us, it goes two ways, right? And our partnership is growing and expanding, and we will continue to be doing that. And then a look ahead. This is something really exciting because we have a lot of really great things in the future for us. Continuing the same stuff that we've talked about and for our priorities is continuing to strengthen the organizational policies, continue to do recruitment, expanding county partnerships and fundraising. Those are always really important. Those are every single year. It's always going to be the same. We are going to continue doing those things. One thing that is really important for us this year is modernizing the membership system. So the actual membership experience, and I will, that on the next slide, I'll go a little bit deeper into it. There's some capital expenditure that we're putting into it, but most of it is a lot of physical time. Lisa and I have been working on that program. David has been involved in helping to, and Britt has been involved. All of us, it has been a team effort to bring this together, to create a space where you'll never have to say, am I a member? I don't remember. When was the last time I went to an event at AAYC? So we'll talk a little bit more about that. So expanding the membership, the membership benefits, this is another really important thing for us. So through new partnerships and programs, professional opportunities, and being able to actually create opportunity for artists. Places that you can go, like you'll hear from Artworks about a festival that we're putting together down on 3rd Street. This is opportunity for artists. Continuing to support things like Make Music, McMinnville. This is an opportunity for artists, right? All of these things, continually, these programs and expanding these programs. There will be an artist directory. So what does that mean? That means that Britt Block, who sells her art, can actually be available online and show her art as something that the new hotel that's being built on Alpine Street, who wants to put art in, I've already talked to them. They want to put art in, and they want to know what artists are out there that they can reach into that pool and find those artists. And I've already told him, I will get you hooked up through James and the Art Harvest Studio Tour, through Phil and the Artworks program, through our directory, that they can just go right there. A winery says, I need a piece of art that's a wine, that looks like a vineyard. They can go there and they can actually be able to see some art there. It's not a for sale commerce site. It's a find an artist who does what you want, who fits the bill of what you're looking for. Same thing for businesses, though. We will also have businesses on there. You're looking for a place to have an event, you can search events. You're looking for places to show your work, you can find places to show your work. So that goes into the expanding selling opportunities for artists, as well as we're going to be working with our partners this year. It's going to happen, right, Britt? We're going to do a gallery map. We're going to have a place that all of our galleries, in fact, if you go to the AAYC website right now, under community, our community, you'll see that I already started it by using Google Maps. And you can see right there on the website, you'll see all of the different places that list that they sell art right now. Now, that's not the cafe on the corner who sells art. I'll get there. Right now, it's the actual galleries. Okay, so this is the AAYC new membership modernization program, and you can see some of the specific features. And it really is about better communication. It's easier registration. It's easier, simpler membership to manage your membership with us. Being able to be a part of the directory or choose not to be part of the directory at all. So this is not something you're going to be forced into doing. You will have full autonomy and be able to decide if you want to participate or not. The reason why I put this up, the phase 1 conversation here, is there will be a MailChimp notification for our migration when we do it. You'll get a MailChimp notification. The first will be the first reminder. The second one will be a reminder, and then you will get an invitation to the system. It will with a password. So we will already import your data into the system, not into the directory. You'll have full autonomy. You will not be on the directory until you say so. We'll have webinars and YouTube videos to do for support if you need anything. And you will have immediate access to event registration, directory participation, artist directory, business directory, and call for artists. So it will be immediate. And I'm hoping for March. It might get delayed until April, but I'm hoping for March. So just FYI, it sounds like it's heavy lifting. It's really going to be easy for you, I promise. And I'll be here if you need me. I'm always a text away. Okay, so education.
Do I have to use the mic? Did you put your hand up?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, what is more fun than giving away money, right? So we have two projects. We have the,
Do you want me to flip this?
sure,
Which one do you want?
Adam,
You ready?
so we have two scholarships for high school students. These were last year's recipients. And we are just now getting it ready for applications for this year. So if you know of seniors who are artists, especially not just from Milford, from the whole county, make sure they get their applications in and they know about this so that we can give them some money. And then secondly, we have educational grants that are very exciting. Holly talked about Henderson House. The other one we just did this last week and it was super fun. For Wash Elementary, which is in Lafayette, they're going to get a sound system for their students, and we were able to pay for the whole thing when they only asked for part of it. We had enough funds to take care of the whole thing. So that was super fun. It was a fun meeting. And I'm speaking for Cooper today because he's jet lagged. So there you go. Any questions?
Thank you
Those
for
kids
that.
in there for scholarships.
Yeah, he said, I'm going to cry when I called him. I was like, oh, no, don't do that. It was pretty awesome. That literally made my year. I'm done now.
The teacher, not Cooper.
The teacher, not Cooper. Well, Cooper just flew back yesterday from France, so he's very tired. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's you. Come on up, Cade. Here, why don't I let you?
I'll let you do it.
Hi everyone, my name is Cade for those of you who I have not met. So first off, I work for Ecology Western Oregon. I'm the waste zero specialist. I have a degree in sustainability, so I'm happy I'm able to use it with Ecology. I've been with the company for a year and a half now. But the AIR program, the Artist in Residence program, this was the first program we started last year. Yeah, we're going into our second annual Artist in Residency. Applications have opened this month. An overview of last year, we were so grateful to partner with Arts Alliance of Yamhill County, AAYC, to bring this program to life. We're also very grateful for James for letting us be a part of the Art Harvest Studio Tour. It was a really successful turnout. We had two artists named Blaine Nias and Jessica Husler. They both created 8 pieces of art. And that opening weekend, they sold all but one piece of their art, which was really exciting. The turnout was really amazing as well, with over 400 people during those first 2 weekends for the Art Harvest Studio Tour. So I just wanted to say thank you, Holly, AAYC, James, and everybody who's been so helpful in bringing this to life. Holly, I'll let you speak on anything that you think I missed.
I think you got it all.
I think you got it. I think if you're interested, Kate, thank you very much. We really appreciate the partnership with you guys.
Appreciate the partnership.
Absolutely. If you're interested in submitting an application, or if you know someone who wants to submit an application, it's on the website. There's also a right up there. I only brought a flyer for you to take home. So there you go. If you want to take it to someone you know. It was an incredible experience. And getting to work with those artists, both of them actually happened to be had never done art in a professional art perspective, if that makes sense. And so this was, and neither of them had done the type of art that they had done. Jessica had never done stained glass or mosaic, never. And she did such an amazing job. And it was from glass and things that she had found in ecology.
I didn't really mention, all the material was from the transfer station.
Oh,
So it's, the tile from the tip floor, the recycling bins, all of that, everything was reclaimed material.
everything.
So
Like this stained glass piece here, I wish I really wanted it. Anyway, that stained glass piece there was done, yeah. So it was amazing. And so also I should say thank you to Britt as well, because she did some classes with the artists to give them some conversation about confidence and all kinds of really great things. So we did a lot of work through the period of time. They didn't just get the stipend, they got a lot of support to becoming an artist and moving forward in their career. So that is that. James and Adele. Adele, your cookies are amazing. If you didn't get a cookie from Adele, she's award winning. If you didn't know that, state and local, multiple times.
Thank you. Yeah, James asked me to bring the cookies. Well, last year was our 31st year and we had 47 artists. 4 of those were new. And actually we had a couple more because if you count the Recology artists, because they were there too. But we had 36 studios. So several of our artists shared a studio with someone else. We sold a little over 1,000 buttons, and the average visitor to each studio was about 150. So did we do great? I think, we did pretty well. I know some of the artists didn't feel like they sold enough. Some really had a record year, and so you just never know. I mean, it's just typical. You just never know what's going to happen. For this year, we have already 41 artists that have signed up, and we've got probably 4 or 5 new ones we're hoping. So hopefully we will have, 45 or 50 artists in the studio tour this year. So that's it.
Oh, no. James, next slide, I assume?
No,
Oh, go back, sorry.
so, hello, I'm James Nelson, and this is my 7th year of the tour. And I'm raring to go, and by the time we wrap up the finances with David and everyone else, we start right away on the next year. In fact, this is the 33rd year you see here, which is the following year. And believe it or not, we have to plan that far ahead because some of the publications that come out that cover a whole year, like Visit McMinnville and Meet McMinnville, need ads. So green is our color for that year. Next to it is the Art Harvest Tour Academy. This is a project that we started 4 years ago. And my background's in arts education. And when I took the job, they were still renting buses, and 30 to 60 kids would get on the bus and they would drop off. And then 15 to 20 kids would come into a studio, 4th, 5th, 6th graders mostly, some junior high. But many of the artists were kind of saying, I can't handle it anymore. I've done arts education for a lot, and you get all the little kids in there and you get them inspired and they get to see the clay or the painting, and it's wonderful. But there's not much depth to it. So many of the artists said, we'd be willing to do something else. I mean, if we got some high school kids or junior high school kids in here, we'd love to show them more of what we do have more time. So Bonnie Hickerson came to me and said, well, why don't we just start in Amity where she lives? And we found a couple students at the high school and they worked with her. And then next year, Tony and Steve Tyree joined the group, but it was COVID. So that wasn't very successful. It was hard for the kids with their masks, and many parents didn't want them out. But then it continued after that. So we've had, over these years, 14 different instructors, and we've had 36 students. So it's kind of grown into something that we are now calling the Academy. We've raised $16,000 over those 4 years from different sponsors and grant folks, including AAYC. And this year you see the 8 at the bottom that have supported us. Each kid gets 150 bucks for supplies, and each instructor gets $250 for teaching, because we believe that they should be paid for the time that they're spending, which is usually around 40 hours. So this year had a surprise. We came back to Carrie's advanced placement, and we must have done a great pitch because we usually spend about 8 kids, 14 kids wanted to be involved. So I had to go out to all of the prospective teachers and encourage them to take more than 2 kids. And 3 of them are taking 4 kids because we didn't want to say no. Of course, that meant we had a challenge to raise $5,600. And you can see those 8 folks there are the ones that made that possible. The funding we do for the tour is separate from the funding we do for the Arts Academy because double dipping isn't very popular. So we're very proud of the program and looking forward to next year. I'm working hard to find a sponsor for the entire year. It's a little bit easier for me to get a $5,000 check than to go out there and get a lot of other sponsors because we have a lot of other programs that those people would like to support. So it's a great program and we're excited to be part of it. And the instructors and the teachers have a great time. They have a page in the catalog, just like Recology does, to promote the program and let people know that the Art Harvest Studio Tour is doing more than just promoting artists and entertaining people through art experiences. That we have an educational component that's very important to us. So I'm going to wear another hat, which is and you've all seen this, which is our book. We're very proud of this book. And if you haven't got your copy yet, this is the plug. We've got copies back there, plus envelopes. And you can just take a copy and or your second copy or third and send us a check for it. So we're very proud of this. The 200 and some artists that are involved got a shout out. There's some great poetry in here, some wonderful stories. And we will continue to be able to sell this document for many years in the future. We didn't print a super amount. We had to raise additional funds for this, almost $13,000 we found for people to support this project. Again, those were additional dollars to the tour dollars. So we had a big year last year, as David pointed out, almost $55,000. We've never had that before, but there were a lot more expenses. So we'll recoup it as we sell more of these books. So anyway, that's the Art Harvest Studio Tour. I hope all of you, I'm sure all of you attend and go on the tour. And you'll start seeing our signs in September. And we have 3 exhibits, one at the Cultural Center for all artists, one downtown at the Rose of 3rd Street in the ballroom for all artists. And then the Chamber in Newburgh features the Newburgh artists. So again, what we're doing, which is the AAYC commitment, is getting, at least for the visual arts, we're getting it out into the community because that's how they understand that we have creative people in our community and how important it is to support them. So if there aren't any questions, did I hit it?
Did you want this slide?
I do. We worked hard on this slide. We got to show it. This is up to date, but we're only halfway through the program. So you see Britt's group. She's got 3 of her 4 students there. There's Britt smiling, so it looks like she's having a good time. Here we have Deborah Franciosi, who is doing silversmithing, which is very expensive and cannot be done in the regular jewelry classes. So that's why the $150 per student goes towards the special tools and towards the silver. And then we have down here Joshua's group, and he's got 4 students out in his barn in Amity, and they're stretching canvas and they're making charcoal, which they made last week. So each of these talented artists has a chance to light the fire for some of these students. And we know, and I know Carrie has most of these students in her class, what a meaningful experience is for them to have that direct contact with creative artists. So.
Thank you, James. Thank you.
Next.
Bill, you're up.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Adele, thank you again for the good.
just gonna let you know the head kind of shakes.
Kind of shapes.
Yeah, shakes and
Kind of
rolls and rolls.
makes some noises. Anyway, my name is Phil Juttleston, for those of you who don't know. We have worked with Holly over the last several months, and we have started a new program that Arts Alliance we are now a part of, and that is called Artworks. So about a year and a half ago, I started an artists discussion group. And then every first Thursday, I bring artists together and we talk about art. Sometimes we visit each other's studios, sometimes we go to exhibits, sometimes we have exhibits. Anyway, this has been going on for about a little over a year, and the city of McMinnville asked us if they offered us pop-up exhibit space for the winter holiday, and really the timing just didn't work. A couple weeks later, they said, why don't we start an arts festival in downtown McMinnville? And so we have initiated, and now we are going to manage the first annual of many to come fine arts festivals in downtown McMinnville. So part, as you are all aware, the Downtown Association used to close the street in the summertime. They're only going to do that 3 weekends, of the year, in June, July, and August. And on July 18 and 19, and then in years going forward, it'll be in July, we will manage an arts festival. Holly has graciously got us up and running in extremely short period of time. From December until now, we have websites, domain names. David has helped with setting up charts and accounts for fundraising. We have sent out over 300 invitations to calls for artists for art festivals. We've sent out our first 12 acceptances, and we're up to 22 or 23 artists that have expressed interest and applied. So we are well underway, and we anticipate that this will be a very, very well attended festival that will benefit the retail and the community of downtown McMinnville. Our little group, however, also does other things. We do pop-up exhibits. This past Saturday, 3 days ago, we had our first studio live session in partnership with Linfield University. So it looks like, as it is now during the academic year with Linfield, we will have twice a month live model studio drawings sessions, not classes, but they are open to the public. No teacher, you come in for 3 hours, you draw a live model. So this is more of an atelier type of situation where that is one of our programs. We continue to have our first Tuesday program. We're going to continue with our plein air sessions that we developed in 2025. And so our goal is to increase the arts involvement in Yamhill County. With the festival, we have a greater Yamhill County component. We're inviting people from Marion County and Washington County, Clackamas County, Corvallis. So, but primarily at this point in time, half of our artists are from Yamhill County and half of them are from the region. So any event, we are offering another opportunity for artists to engage with the community. And we're happy to be working with Holly and the board of the Arts Alliance, as well as our artists and James. But we're well underway. We are looking forward to having you enjoy the Arts Festival here in McMinnville. We anticipate anywhere from 40 to 50 artists.
Kate we had a conversation with them earlier, just a couple days ago. We're going to have a recycled arts event in partnership with Arts Alliance. We don't know quite how that's gonna be structured, but we've already had an outreach with Recology and the Artist in Residence program, so we're gonna be working with the Parks and Rec program. We have a children's arts participation area. This is gonna be a big deal. This little arts festival that we planned for McMinnville is going to be as big as what we have regionally in Troutdale, Gresham, Lake Oswego. Maybe not as big as Lake Oswego. I'm gonna give it 5 years and we're gonna be as big as Lake Oswego. So, anyway. Holly, anything else to add? I do wanna, just as a point of reference, I do wanna thank Holly Wagner for yeoman's service in getting this up and operating. Lots of late night telephone calls, getting the websites pretty good. So it's worked for
Good thing I'm retired.
me. It's a good thing we are too.
Thank you so much, Phil. I really appreciate it. I mean, this is adding and extending from the Art Harvest Studio Tour is a real way for artists of all industries. I mean, the things that they're bringing in for the MAC Festival, music and art and anything. It truly is the definition of the capital A for arts. So I just wanted to say there was one more thing I wanted to mention, which is that we're going to have 2 booths there as well. The Arts Alliance is going to have 2 booths, and one of the things we're going to be doing is bringing in our community of nonprofits to allow not only promoting AAYC and of course all of our programs. So we'll have flyers and QR codes and books and whatever we can possibly have. But we will also make a space for our other nonprofits to share that space on the block. So as we're bringing people in from outside the city and from families that are inside the city, we will be sharing those nonprofit organizations. So we're going to open the doors from our booth perspective. So anyway, so that's that. David, you ready?
Sure.
David is going to be standing up and talking for the Paper Garden.
Video books.
Okay, so I've got Deborah Wiener or Deborah Brooks. They're not here today. They asked me to talk about this. I have actually been at the event the last 3 years selling their books, so hopefully I can do a good job here. Okay, so last year, if everyone's not familiar with Paper Gardens. Paper Gardens is a wonderful Yamhill County, well, at this point, it's a tradition where they're going out there, they're getting submissions for writers, mostly from schools, but it's open to all ages. And they put together a book from they have a couple different judges who determine which of the writing will make it into the book. And they produce a book each year, and those books go to each of the writers, and we sell the books as well at the festival. Last year there was 388 submissions. 20 schools in the area were involved in that. Each of the schools also got books to have in their libraries. All the libraries in the area also have books that were produced. Of those 388 submissions, I think there was something like 73 items that wound up in the book, 57 different authors. So I think it was asked before, what's better than giving away money? I gotta tell you, that girl right there is better. Her enunciation was rather spectacular. Every year we discover there's just artists there. There are people who are performing by writing and reading, and it is just an incredible experience. I think everyone should try to get there. It was at the Yamhill Cultural Center last year, and actually almost every year it's been at the Yamhill Cultural Center. The Judges last year were Carolyn Martin and Carrie Luna. They did a wonderful job. They enjoyed doing it. And there will be I think they're taking submissions now for this year. And it's going to be a great event. So I hope everyone can see it.
When does the entries are due on March 2nd.
Bye.
By March 2nd. I mean, they're
Yes.
posted right now.
So
There's the QR code right
everyone should consider going home and writing because adults are allowed. And Mike Santoni has proven that every single year that adults are allowed. Thanks. Holly?
Emily, it's your turn.
James and I were just offering emotional
Don't
support.
say that.
All right, never mind.
Hi, everybody. I'm Emily Grosvenor. I am a member of the Terwalk Committee and have been for many years. This is Amanda.
Yes.
Hi, everybody. So a little closer.
Perfect.
Okay, great.
Thank you, Emily.
So Terwalk, it's happening this year on Saturday, Saturday, May 2nd. It should say 2026. That's right. From 9 to 5 at Stoller at the Experience Center. I don't know if you all have been out there to that facility, but we have found a really good partner in Stoller and it really suits our purpose really, really well. They have 3 larger rooms that we can use. So for the festival, we've always had like 3 different tracks. So it really gives us the opportunity to have like most of our main meetings in the main room and then kind of breakout sessions in those other rooms. So beyond that, do you remember what year we're in?
I think it's like the 12th or 13th.
Maybe the 14th?
14th.
14th year.
I'm 14.
We've been doing it for a while. This year we are redoing our website. So if you go to terwalkcreativewritingfestival.com, it is in flux. I would suggest for the moment that you sign up for our Substack newsletter, which is Terwalk Creative Writing Festival.substack.com. That's where we're kind of pushing out the information. So our keynote this year is Daniel Pollock Peltzner. Have any of you read his book yet?
I don't.
I have. So his book is Lin-Manuel Miranda, The Education of an Artist. So it's a really exceptional creative biography about Lin-Manuel Miranda. And so he'll be speaking about what he learned from Lin-Manuel, which is pretty exciting. It's an official biography, so he got to spend a lot of time with him. Additionally, we'll be doing a panel discussion on self-publishing, which is pretty exciting. We have specifically authors who have taken various paths towards self-publishing who will be having a conversation. We have our first cozy mystery author doing a workshop on cozy mysteries. We have a historical fiction writer, essayist. Melissa Hart will be doing a workshop on essay writing. For all the screenwriters out there, I know I'm looking at you, Kyle. We have an Emmy-nominated screenwriter, Mike Halcomb, coming up from Florence, who is going to be talking specifically about scene writing. So for all of this programming, we're always interested in cross-pollination. So it's never like, oh, novelists go there and poets go there. So we try to work with the authors and the speakers directly to develop programming that will be interesting for people across genres so that you can pretty much go to anything and find something interesting and useful for your writing. We also have Alex Dang is coming. I don't know if you've come across him, but he is a nationally recognized slam poet.
He did Fire Writers.
Oh, did he?
Yes, you did.
You did. That was awesome.
I'm very excited for him to come. Okay, so we're supported by 99 Gal Friends, the Oregon Cultural Trust, and the County Cultural Coalition. But I also wanted to mention that last year we very quietly launched our first fundraising program. So we've been doing some fundraising with local businesses, but also with some companies that would have like a more of a direct contact to what we're doing at the festival. So we have 3 local publishing companies that are coming who will be able to connect with our attendees. And then we also have someone coming up from Eugene, like a publishing house. So increasingly what we're finding, we've always been about just having people come and pull them out from away from their desks and get them out of the house and get the writers like interacting with each other. But we're having some real successes in our community. We had one woman, Triona Murphy, last year. She has been coming to the festival for, 10 years. And she just got a book deal for a YA novel with Penguin. So it's exciting. It's been really exciting to watch people like take the next step and learn with us. So the other new thing that we're doing with our fundraising program, we have been able to find between 20 and 30 spots for members of the Mac High Grizzly Poetry Club. I don't know how many of you have interacted with Levi Laws yet. He's an English teacher at McMinnville High School, but he is doing amazing things with their poetry club. I think he has like 50 members at this point. So we've been able to bring, a couple dozen of their students. We're going to do that again this year. And then the last thing we're doing that's new and exciting is the night before the festival, we're going to have a meet and greet at a location that we're still kind of nailing down from 6 to 8, probably at a hotel in downtown. So that'll be like a nice little reception so people can meet each other.
What do you think? Sounds good. You covered it all.
Any questions? All right.
I just wanted to add that I believe that the registration for Terroir will be open on Friday, March the 6th.
That's the right.
And I will be doing the tickets, so you can reach out to me if you have a problem. Cool. Thank you so much. This is so amazing. I have yet to be able to go to this event, and I really, really want to because I would like to be accepted in the Paper Gardens program. All right, James, come on up. Here, you take the microphone, and here is the clicker because you have 2 slides. Thank you.
Hey everybody, I'm James Howe, and I am here representing Make Music McMinnville. We're really excited because this year is our 5th annual celebration. The way that Make Music got started was I saw Make Music Salem in 2019 when I was working there, and I was super jealous, and I really wanted that to happen in our community. And so flash forward to a few years later, I reached out to my friend and fellow committee member, Freddie Lamb, and another friend, Darlene Siegel, who's since moved out of our community. But I asked them if they wanted to get it started, and they said yes. Make Music Day is an annual celebration, and it's been happening across the world since 1982. It started in France, and I think it was almost 20 years ago that it hopped the pond and started happening in the United States. So we're excited to join in the celebration, and as part of that, we joined the Make Music Alliance. And the thing that Make Music Alliance does for us is they provide a website template. They help us with press releases. We have monthly chapter calls to get ideas. They also provide us with things that are really fun, like mass appeal events. The one that we took part in, I guess it was 2 years, no, maybe it was last year, was a harmonica lesson. And so the Make Music Alliance gets all of these really nice harmonicas from Honer Harmonicas donated, and then they send them off to chapters who apply. And so we worked with the city of McMinnville Parks and Rec, and they found a teacher to teach a harmonica lesson. And for that year, I think we had between 8 and 10 participants. And so they came, they got a demonstration, they got to play their own harmonica, and they got to take it home. And so we did have some leftover harmonicas with that, and we're going to do it again this year. So that's one example of something that the Alliance provides us. Last year was crazy. Oops, wrong way. Was really crazy because we got rained out so hard. It was pouring, and we knew that it was going to be pouring The spirit of McMinnville is we are reimagining all of these outdoor spaces as stages. And so historically, all of our venues have been outside. So that's how we have programmed the event since we started. This year, we wanted to try and get as many performers inside as possible. And McMinimans Hotel Oregon really stepped up for us and they opened up Maddie's room. They already had the Paragon room open for us. Originally, we were going to be on the rooftop, but they really saved us with opening that second room, and we were able to bring performers who are going to be performing at like City Park and, you know, downtown in front of the Vortex Records. So we brought them inside. You can see the numbers that we had for this past year. We had 15 different venues that were signed up, 49 performances. All day throughout the celebration, we have a busking site at Mac Theater underneath their marquee. And we have our Make Music piano, which was painted by a Linfield artist a few years ago, when we pushed that piano out under the marquee so you can play piano, you can bring your own instrument, you can go just sing if you want to. And so that's a really fun opportunity for folks who don't want to sign up for a whole time slot, or they just kind of want to like dip their toes and maybe performing in public. And all in all, we had 12 hours of free local live music and music activities. And that's kind of been our general formula since we started. We are going to continue with the similar programming that we've had in the past, and hopefully this year it will not be rainy. We will continue to partner with Parks and Rec, and they allow us to host at City Park, and they also kick off their summer fun program on Make Music Day. So they always have a tent down there. They usually have a couple hours of music activities. So we're looking forward to that. We also have a spot at the library, which is really fun. And then we have a partnership with the McMinnville Downtown Association as well. And so I can't remember who mentioned it, but the MDA is only hosting Mac Fresco one weekend a month this summer. And so we're really happy to learn that the weekend in June that they're hosting is the same weekend as Make Music McMinnville. So we'll partner with them to provide music downtown all day and on every block. I'm trying to remember. We did get grant funding this past year from the 99 Gal Friends, and that helped pay for an additional stage with provided sound for our music. Yeah, and this year, one thing that we're focusing on is more behind the scenes, and that is some strategic planning with our committee, and start to kind of, like, this is our 5th year, we're starting to think about things like succession and how we want the committee to evolve over time. So that is the work that we're doing over the course of several months. We tried to schedule one meeting for that, and it ended up falling apart because people got sick, and when there's only 5 of us on the committee, that it makes it hard to do strategic planning. So we decided to break it up into bite-sized chunks at our next several meetings, and we're looking forward to coming out with, at the other end of that, with some new plans and ideas. So, any questions?
Thank you very much, James, sorry. We are slightly over, but we only have 2 more things to do. So I hope you'll bear with us. We will run over a little bit. It is now 7:34. Lisa, would you like to take the rein?
Thank you. I'll keep this quick in the interest of time. Oh, all right.
Sorry.
Oh, no problem. Can you take me back?
Oh, I didn't mean.
We just watch a little cat club. We can watch a little cat club.
Okay, there you go. I didn't realize it meant that too. Sorry about that.
So the Arts Alliance is powered by volunteers. And as we grow our programs, we're always finding new ways for people to help. Here on the slide, we have a little snapshot of some of the high-level skills that we could use right now. And that's help with fundraising. We could use program volunteers, help with our finance committee, grant writing, and social media. But this list is not exhaustive. We would love if you have a special set of skills that you would like to bring to the organization. Let us know. We have an area for volunteering on our website, so please feel free to check that out. And if you feel so inspired, we would love to have your skills on board. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. I'm trying to figure out what makes this thing make that ticky noise. Thank you very much, Lisa. Okay, there's the kitty cat. Thank you. I just want to thank all of you for being here. For all the programs. I mean, you guys all do amazing jobs and amazing work. And when I walk around in the world, people still say, AAYC, what? Oh, Make Music McMinnville. Oh, Terroir Writing Festival. And they go, oh yeah, sure, I know. It matters. It matters. And Art Harvest Studio Tour, I mean, everybody knows these programs all by name. And it's very important that our community knows what we're doing in the world and helping to make the world a better place. But I also want to make a call out to all of the board members for all of their hard work this year. And I really appreciate you all very much. And just for stepping up, taking the reign and running with it. Because it's a lot of work and it's a lot of fun. And I really appreciate working with all of you. So Cooper, I'll get it one of these days. Lisa, Britt, David, of course. David, he has the hardest job. And Kyle. Who am I missing? I feel like I'm missing somebody. Anyway, okay. Huh?
Joan.
Oh, Joan. Yeah. Oh, Joan left. That's right. She had to leave. Okay. Now she's flying somewhere too. I got all these board members who are flying all over the place. So thank you very much to all of you and to the community for participating and helping with the programs. Okay, election results. Where did my cell phone go? Apparently I dropped everything. That chair. Yeah, where my cell phone went. We're at 28.6, I believe. So we are a membership of 112 artists. When I say 112 artists, that means they come back every single year and they re-up their membership. Some are new, some have been around for a while, some have been around since the beginning. And so we had 32 votes, it's about 28.57% voted. We have a quorum. All four board members have been voted back in. And that is our meeting. We sort of made 1 hour. Thank you. Yeah, 1 hour and 38 minutes, and 8 minutes. That's not bad. Well, we try to keep our board meetings to an hour and we keep track. Thank you all. Please eat some food. Have some food. Board members, I'd like to ask you to come up to the front for just a moment. We have to elect board positions real quick, and then we'll meet you all out there in the world. So board members, if you would just come